Hello my dear students, welcome back to Biology at Phyojit. Have you ever wondered why do we feel sleepy at night? Why do birds start singing before sunrise? Why do some flowers open only during the day? Why do migratory birds travel during specific seasons? These events do not happen randomly. They occur according to the internal timing systems known as the biological rhythms. Today, in this class, we will discuss biological rhythms, biological clocks, circadian rhythm, suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN, melatonin, clock genes, Zeitgebers, circadian rhythm disorders. So let's begin. What are biological rhythms? Living organisms perform many activities in a regular and predictable pattern. These recurring cycles are called biological rhythms. Definition: a biological rhythm is the periodic recurrence of physiological, biochemical, or behavioral activities at regular intervals. Examples: sleep and wake cycle in humans, daily feeding activity of different animals, opening and closing of the flowers, hormonal secretion in animals and plants, bird migration, changes in body temperature of human, etc. In simple words, the biological rhythms are the body's natural timetable. Characteristics of biological rhythm. Biological rhythms have several important features like periodic, they occur repeatedly at regular intervals. Endogenous, they are generated internally within the organism. Heritable, genes play an important role in controlling these rhythms. Self-sustaining, they continue even when environmental conditions remain constant. Entrainable, they can be adjusted by external factors such as light and temperature. Types of biological rhythms. Biological rhythms can be classified according to their duration. Ultradian rhythm when duration is less than 24 hours. Examples include heartbeat, breathing, hormone pulses. Circadian rhythm during approximately 24 hours. Example, human wake cycle. Circatidal rhythm duration around 12.4 hours. Example, activity pattern of marine organisms influenced by tides. Circalunar rhythm duration around 29.5 days. Example, reproductive cycles of certain marine worms. Circannual rhythm duration about 1 year, explains bird migration, hibernation, etc. What is a biological clock? A biological clock is an internal timing mechanism that regulates biological rhythms. Think of it as natural clock inside the body. This clock allows organisms to anticipate environmental changes instead of simply reacting to them. Functions: biological clocks help organisms maintain sleep patterns, regulate feeding behavior, control reproduction, coordinate migration, and optimize energy use. Historical experiments such as de Marian's experiment in 1729, French scientist Jean-Jacques de Marian studied the plant Mimosa pudica. Normally leaves open during the day and leaves closed during the night. He placed the plant in continuous darkness. Surprisingly, the leaves continued opening and closing at regular intervals. Conclusion: we can conclude that the rhythm was controlled by an internal biological clock rather than sunlight alone. Bünning's experiment. German scientist Erwin Bünning demonstrated that rhythmic activities continue even under constant environmental conditions. This provided strong evidence that biological clocks are endogenous or internally generated. Circadian rhythm. Now let's discuss the most important biological rhythm. A circadian rhythm is a biological rhythm that repeats approximately every 24 hours. The word comes from Latin. Circa means about and diem means day. Therefore, circadian means about a day. Characteristics of circadian rhythms. Approximately it's a 24-hour cycle. The rhythm repeats every day. Endogenous, it is generally internally located, persistent, continuous even under constant conditions. Entrainable, can be synchronized by environmental cues. Temperature compensation, the rhythm remains relatively stable despite moderate temperature changes. Examples of circadian rhythm in humans: sleep-wake cycle, we stay awake during the day and sleep at night. Body temperature lowest in early morning and highest in the evening. Hormone secretion highest in the morning, promotes alertness. Melatonin highest at night and promotes sleep. Blood pressure higher during daytime and lower during sleep. In animals, birds, dawn singing, daytime feeding. Among rodents, many rodents are nocturnal. They daily emerge and their daily mating activities. Honeybees, they forage at specific times of the day. Among the plants, leaf movements, flower opening and closing, photosynthetic activity and stomatal opening is found as circadian rhythms. Mechanism of circadian rhythm. Where is the master clock? In mammals, the master biological clock is located within the suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN. The SCN is located in the hypothalamus just above the optic chiasma. It acts as the body's central pacemaker. How does the SCN work? Light detection. Light enters the eye and stimulates retinal photoreceptors. Signal transmission. Signals travel through the retino-ophthalmic tract. SCN activation, the SCN receives information about day and night. Synchronization, the SCN or suprachiasmatic nucleus coordinates rhythm throughout the day. As a result, sleep, hormone secretion, body temperature and metabolism remain synchronized. Role of melatonin. Another important component is the hormone melatonin. Source is produced by pineal gland, regulates sleep, synchronizes circadian rhythms, influence seasonal reproduction, act as an antioxidant. Secretion pattern: during the daytime low melatonin secretion and during the night high melatonin will be secreted. Therefore, melatonin is often called as the hormone of darkness. Molecular basis of circadian rhythm. Scientists discovered that circadian rhythms are controlled by special genes called clock genes. Important clock genes include periodic or par, timeless or theme, clock, BML1, cryptochrome, etc. These genes produce proteins that interact through feedback loops. The continuous production and degeneration of these proteins generate the approximately 24-hour rhythm. What is Zeitgeber? The German Zeitgeber means time giver. As definition, a Zeitgeber is any or an environmental cue that synchronizes biological rhythms. Examples: primary Zeitgeber, light dark cycle; secondary Zeitgeber, temperature, food availability, humidity, social interactions. Among all of these, light is the most powerful Zeitgeber. Circadian rhythm disorders. When biological clocks become disrupted, several disorders may occur, such as jet lag. It occurs when a person rapidly crosses multiple time zones. Symptoms: fatigue, insomnia, headache, poor concentration. Shift work disorder, common among night shift workers, affect sleep disturbances, stress and reduced efficiency. Delayed sleep phase syndrome, individuals fall asleep and wake up much later than normal. Seasonal affective disorder, depression associated with reduced daylight during winter months. Adaptive significance of circadian rhythms. Why do circadian rhythms evolve? Because they provide important survival advantages. Energy conservation activities occur when conditions are optimal. Predatory avoidance, animals remain active when predators are less active. Efficient feeding, foraging occurs at the best time. Reproductive success, mating activities become synchronized. Environmental anticipation, organisms prepare for predictable environmental changes. Applications of biological rhythm studies in medicine, in treatment of sleep disorders, chronotherapy, optimizing drug administration timing; agriculture, improving livestock productivity, better crop management; ecology, understanding migration, behavioral ecology research; and space biology, understanding adaptation in environments without normal day-night cycles. Biological clock versus circadian rhythm. Students often confuse these two terms. Biological clock, it's an internal timing mechanism, acts as the controller and generates timing signals. Circadian rhythm, observable rhythmic pattern, output of the biological clock and seen in behavior and physiology. Simply remember, biological clock is the internal timer and circadian rhythm is the observable daily rhythm. So my dear students, to summarize the concepts, biological rhythms are regular recurring physiological, biochemical and behavioral cycles found among the living organisms. These rhythms are controlled by internal biological clocks and synchronized by environmental cues called Zeitgebers. The most important rhythm is the circadian rhythm, which regulates sleep, hormone secretion, metabolism, feeding and behavior. In mammals, the master clock is the suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN, while melatonin plays a crucial role in regulating sleep and circadian timing. Understanding biological rhythm help us explain animal behavior, human health, ecology, evolution, agriculture, physiology and even space biology. If you found this class helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more biology lectures for undergraduate, postgraduate, CSR, NET, SLATE, GATE and other competitive examinations. See you in the next class. Thank you.